Well, good morning. It is day number 2 working in the garage on Project King Kong here, getting it ready for Moab. I've got the front inner liners to throw in today. We're going to tidy up some brake lines, some brake cables, see what else the day throws at us. But let's get after this. Let's, cross some things off the list over there. This is always in the way. Let's do something about this. Nailed it. All right, first things first. Okay. You'll find out I typically like doing everything twice. So I'll jack it up, put it back down, loosen the bolts, then put it back in the air. Take 2, going up. Going down. Beefy tires. Let's get you in here. All right, much like yesterday, process is similar. Christmas tree clips, rivets all the way around. We'll try to pop those out, just kind of like we did yesterday. We have the addition of a couple actual, I think they're 10 mil bolts. They're high. There's one up there. We'll figure out how many is there. There's info everywhere on these, but simple. All right, let's see. 10 mil. That's the right way. Is it 10 mil? Sure seems like it. Did I put a 10 mil on there? Yeah. Okay. Just being stubborn. So I got run 2 rivets that pop out here. Kind of what they look like. So these are where these rivets are pushing through, right here, and here. And to keep them intact and make the fender look as whole as possible, I just push them through. So now we can compress the back side of these rivets to keep them from wobbling around, make them look like they're always meant to be there. Okay, let's lay out what we got here. So, I really like the Paramount plastic liners I had on my last JT, but they won't work with the coilover I got, obviously, and you can't find them anymore. So, I went with these Rebel Off-Road inner fender liners for the DSS dual shock system. They're specifically made to be cut out around the bypass shock there and be high clearance. That way you can touch those 40s up without rubbing the inner fender liner and ripping that out. I did get them powder coated black. It is black. I like a clean look. So I think this will just kind of Boop. Disappear nicely, which is what I want it to do. I know some people like the aluminum look and a little flashier wheels, but I'm a more subdued person. They wrap them pretty well. My goodness. All right, as you can see, it's maybe for Rebel, but it's built by Nemesis, so I'll probably bring up the instructions on there. Start by doing a little test fit here. This plastic piece here provides a little structure for the outer flare. Well, I'm not going to completely remove it, but I am going to just zip across here, take this outer piece off. That way it's not overlapping with this. I don't think it'll affect anything, but it'll also give us a little more tire clearance on the inside here. So I'm just going to notch this out, cut those off, and then start on installing these. Okay, I have you set up on my little workbench here. I have to install some riv nuts into these little brackets. So I'm using this kind of cheapo Dorman riv nut tool. I think it was like $6 or something like that at O'Reilly's. But it's a manual riv nut. Installation is basically a bolt and a big nut. So you install the riv nut, thread the bolt in, and then using a wrench and a socket, you hold on to the nut, tighten the bolt, and that's going to crimp the riv nut in place. Coordinate this. That doesn't work. On it like this. Looks like it's starting to deform around it. Okay, hopefully that's coming across. You can see how it's deforming the riv nut around the end of that. I'll give it a couple more turns here. I'll probably just go till I break something. That's how it normally works. Then you back off your bolt here. There, one riv nut installed. So I've got one facing this way, I've got to do one facing the opposite way, according to the instructions. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll make some progress. All right, from what I can gather here, I need to trim back this Christmas tree tab a little bit so it stays in place, but it's not sticking out so far. It's just gonna have to come out for now. There we go. Just showing that just tucked out of the way. I take these brackets. This comes up. Apparently they just pinch. Seems, I don't know, odd. Now, this will sit on top like that. I need to thread a bolt. This, maybe I just do it this way and then thread it up. That makes sense. Rotate it up. I've got a 5/32 Allen and 7/16 wrench, which of course I can't fit in there. That should be located correctly, I guess. Okay, now we'll assemble the liner itself, button head bolts and flange nuts. Okay, I'll mount these up and start marking for holes. Somewhat ready to go. See how this all lines up. Oh, not good start. Maybe I should put that bolt in first. Okay. Right over it. That bolt in. That nutsert. Kind of holds the back part where it should be. That's located. Did I actually get that right? I don't know. I need a third hand. Yeah. Okay. One more check because I'm drilling into this thing and that makes me nervous. There. Oh boy. Whew. Okay, that's where that's gonna live. Okay. Okay, with those marked, I am going to ready to do the most uncomfortable part of any project, and that's drill. You know, or cut, I suppose. All right, time to drill. I have a W-size drill bit I purchased off of the billionaire website for goods. Here we go. Okay. Ow. I wonder why my head's tender today. Be right back. Ouch! Injury. Oh! It's weird. Burr to the edges here. Hit it with a little touch-up paint. All right, we'll give that a couple minutes to dry. Clean up and get some nutserts installed. While we're waiting for that stuff to dry, the touch-up paint, I'm just gonna get in here and give everything a little cleaning down. Even though some of it may be covered up by the fender flare, or you just don't really see any of this stuff, it doesn't hurt to have it be clean. I don't know. Again, I'll reference my old man. He was a stickler about clean vehicles, and even the stuff you couldn't see. He always told me that it almost seems like the car drives better when it's clean. So why not? And now we'll use our nutsert tool to install these, well, nutserts. Yep. Nemesis recommends a little dab of red Loctite on these nutserts, probably so they don't come back out. Well, I probably should have test fitted that first. just need to start it. Okay, stand by. Need to make an adjustment. Okay, I'm gonna come back with a Christmas tree here just to chamfer the hole a little bit. I think I'm getting stuck on a burr. Okay, now I get to touch-up paint again. Okay, gave the holes, the touch-up paint on the holes a chance to dry. Patience is not a virtue of mine, so I went inside. Had some lunch. Pulled chicken and potatoes, really good actually. And then, you know, a handful of jelly beans for dessert. It's almost Easter time. Have you guys had Starburst jelly beans? Those things are amazing. All right, let's see it. That actually went into place now. It's holding. So let's start getting these riv nuts in place. Wrong size. This one. No. Where's my wrench? Hello. Try to hold it upright and straight and hold it and turn. And there's a good amount of tension on here because you're collapsing that riv nut on the back side of the sheet metal here. Let's see. Stay. I'm gonna get the other 3 in, or 2 in, and then I'll bring it in for the install. Woohoo! There's a view of the nut certs installed. 1, 2, and 3. The bracket, and then there's a nut cert right there. Cert install here. See if everything lines up like it's supposed to. If it doesn't, I don't know what I'm going to do about it. That's in there. Yeah, okay, those 2 look good. Oh, standby. This is, I guess, on the nut certs. Nemesis recommends a little anti-seize on all the bolts, so let me just make a big mess with this first. Started. Hey, shop dog. Okay, just give you a tip, or at least show you how I'm doing this. I had you see it has kind of these Christmas tree clips that pop in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them in the upper part of the fender. I just undid those without breaking them, miraculously. And then I'm using the wire looming to go, obviously, around the wire, but then when I come to these little push clips, I just snip a little slit in the loom itself, and then it just kind of wraps around it, and then I'll be able to push them back in, so it's a clean, unbroken look and protected. So hopefully that helps someone. All right, one more final shot with the wire loom all in. See how kind of nice it all tucks up there. All right. We have clearance. update on this side. So everything was going smooth and quickly, and I actually had it all together. But for some reason, I was noticing the reservoir right here kept on coming into contact with this part of the fender well. And this is sitting nice and flush where it should. So I thought, I don't know, did I screw something up? But I tried adjusting the shocks. I looked at the other side, and I have them mounted in the same spot. So twist it all the way back, pretty, not touching the frame, but tight to the back side of the frame here. It's pretty much just how I have the other side. I was playing around with it for a while. I just think I need to just need to do some trimming right here, you know, take about a 1/4 inch off. Luckily they're aluminum, so you can see there's a little gap like that, but they're not seated right there. All right, I got some playing around. Oh boy. I've got some playing around to do. This is typically how it goes. You're almost done, and then just, you know, keep doing it some more, again, for the 4th time. I'll get you guys back in there when I figure something out. Well, it's not really what I want to do with new parts, but I fitted it like 18 times, and it's the only thing that seems to be, you know, the only option. Well, let's go try that out. Good thing I paid extra for powder coating. Ouch, bang my knee. So I have this piece fitted up, so everything's fitting the way it should. And then this piece really only fits in one way. Get behind that. Something like that. So, make it work. Won't be that noticeable. I'll put a little touch-up paint on it. A little frustrating with new parts. But yeah, every project has this happen, so I'm just gonna get some nuts and bolts on there, make sure everything lines up the way it should, and then do a final tighten down, touch up paint, wheel and tire back on. All right, well, this side I'm okay with, not super thrilled. You know, it looks fine. I got all the wire loom taken care of on this side too. So it looks tidy. Obviously I had to do some trimming right there. I don't love that. You can see on this side, for some reason, it's kind of sitting proud of the frame. And it's because it's against the hard lines for the brakes. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some more looking into it. I've got a rubber grommet on there right now, so it's not rubbing against anything. But on this side, it really sits much kind of even across there. So I don't know if it's just that side isn't great, or, you know, I said I went through the same process on both sides. For some reason this just fought a heck of a lot more and things aren't lining up quite right. So I think I'm gonna put everything together. It's together as it can be right now anyway. And get the wheel and tire back on, tidy some stuff up. I'll check back in a little bit. All right, I got the Jeep back on the ground. So, what did we accomplish this weekend? Rear fender liners in. Front fender liners in. Not perfect, but in. Functional. Rear track bar adjusted. rear bump stops in. Some wiring cleaned up. We got the wires under the fenders protected. We took care of that locker wire in the rear, cleaned some stuff up. Got the ABS sensor lines and brake lines a little better placed, so nothing's gonna rub. But hopefully you got something out of this or were entertained. I think if anything, you know, if you're just some guy in your garage with some basic tools, you know, this is something that you can do too. So hopefully that inspires someone to do something with their project and just make it your own. They're never done, these adult Legos. So, well, that's gonna do it for this episode. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you'd like to see more of this stuff, just let me know. Hit that subscribe button. Give me a like. It really helps me know what you guys like, all right? So until the next one, which will be soon, take care. Go work on something.